guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving the Skoda Rapid Monte Carlo, and let's quickly open the engine bay right away. It's raining a bit, so I'm carrying an umbrella right now. No hydraulic struts. That is the TDI motor. It is on the noisier side, and this Monte Carlo actually gets a slew of cosmetic updates to make it look sharper. So you can see the light gets a projector treatment, but it's, you know, the black elements which make it stand out. You get the fog light, you get a projector setup headlight, you get this black finish on the grille, and of course this beautiful red color as well. Now the Monte Carlo has a story because Monte Carlo is actually an apparel brand in India. So they sued Skoda when actually the Monte Carlo was launched. So this was discontinued there. Now they are back. They've done some settlement, whatever that is. You can see the wheels also look really very nice on this vehicle. Now these tires happen to be a 16-incher, 195/55 16. Looks really nice. Okay. Gloss black finish on the outside rear view mirror, gloss black finish on the roof as well, on the B pillar too, and Monte Carlo written here as well. The car looks really nice. You get this silver sort of a line too, chrome line actually, and overall design certainly deserves an applause, I would say, because the car actually looks quite fresh in spite of being so old. At the rear you get this lip spoiler which is very subtle, and that also looks beautiful on this car. In fact, the elements which have been done, they need to be noticed nicely, otherwise you won't really realize what all has changed on this vehicle. You need to put the key to open the boot, or you can just press a button here as well. You can see the reverse parking camera. Boot is decent size, but the spare wheel isn't an alloy, so cost cutting there naturally. Meanwhile, let's quickly get into the rear seat. And these rains are getting to me. I mean, it's frustrating. So the rear seat has decent amount of space. However, it is not in the same league as the Honda City or the Maruti Ciaz, and obviously the Verna has less space. But here you get a center armrest. There are no cup holders here. You get these pillows as well, and the nice soft pillows. You can see the stitching on the pillows also really nice. Stitching here on the seat as well. Red treatment there too. Looks very nice. In fact, the rear seat is decent, not that great, but it is definitely decent. I kind of like it. And here you also get this sun visor, so you get this sun visor placed here too. Actually it's a visor to block the sun. You can see it's placed here as well, but it has to be manually operated. So as you can see, the Monte Carlo has plenty of very interesting cosmetic updates. Let's quickly get inside the vehicle now. You can see Monte Carlo scuff plate has been placed here. Door pockets are decent sized, but I've reviewed the Rapid a million times and more probably, so this is just one more time as well. You can see the seat gets this red treatment, nice stitching, Monte Carlo written here on the seat too, and the steering is actually the highlight here because it gets the flat bottom treatment, and this stitching on the steering is beautiful. This steering is absolutely phenomenal to hold. It's really very nice. I love it. And there's this chrome treatment here, gloss black finish here as well. So certain premium elements inside this car and giving it a lot more appeal. Even the pedals have the sporty treatment. The only unfortunate part is it still misses out on a lot of features, like there's no sunroof, there are no side airbags. This happens to be a 6.5-inch touchscreen infotainment system, and the reverse parking camera is also decent, but right now I can't see anything what's happening there. It gets guidelines, but they are not adaptive. Let's quickly play an audio from the system to know how does it sound.
That was the sound which you wanted to check.
Play. Pathetic sound for audio test, no bass at all. I don't know why people choose some bad songs. Traction control button here, you can put a card holder here, and it gets an auto dimming inside rear view mirror as well. Everything else is the same as a regular Rapid, so there's not much to talk about. In fact, I've already done the review of the Rapid earlier, but when I drive, I'm just going to put that link in the card so you can see that as well. Let's get driving right away. You disappoint me always, Neha. You could have actually put a good song.
That's a new song.
Alright, we are all set to go, which means turning off the air conditioning off, traction control off. Keep this button pressed. Yeah, it's off right now. Getting into drive, getting into sport. Actually, I've directly got into sport. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, and after 3 years, off we go. Now the reason why the camera is so wide right now is because there is nothing new in the Monte Carlo as far as mechanicals go, and I've already reviewed the Skoda Rapid ONI-X with the same powertrain. I think you can click somewhere here to see that. Either kahin jahan pe bhi click hota hai. So the thing is, there's nothing different here to really talk about. So I was like, let's do a different camera view for a different sort of an experience. Let me know if you guys like this camera view, and if you like it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you don't like it, just leave a comment, but dislike mat karna bilkul bhi. And this car is powered by 1.5 liter diesel engine. It's a 4-cylinder unit. Earlier the Rapid was powered by a 1.6 liter diesel engine. Now they actually downsized the motor from 1.6 to 1.5 for obviously small car tax benefit, because the AMEO had to fit into that regulation. And while doing that, they increased the localization of this car as well, which meant that the turbocharger is now locally sourced, resulting in more power output. If that's the case, they should locally source everything in the world. So now power has been up to 110 horsepower. Meanwhile, torque output is a good 250 Newton meters. As expected, performance is really very good. There's good amount of punch on offer, but only in the mid-range, because there's a lot of lag lower down. So mid-range is a surprise package, and from mid-range till almost the top end, it pulls very linearly. In fact, the power delivery is so smooth and refined in the mid-range that it actually pushes you back into the seat. And it also has a top end of sorts, redlining close to 4,500 RPM. Actually, the redline is marked till 5,000 RPM, and it will go till 5,000 RPM quite comfortably as well. But in the manual, it goes above 5,000 RPM as well, because you can hold on to a gear here no matter which mode you shift into. Like right now I'm in sport, I push it into drive, I push the lever here left, and I downshift. Here we are into third gear. No matter what I do, it will upshift at 5,000 RPM. When I get into manual mode, it will not hold on to a gear. The motor is not the most refined lower down. You can hear the diesel clatter, but once you get into the mid-range, things become dramatically better, and the Rapid obviously pulls with a lot of gusto. Now it won't rev, it will rev only till 1250 RPM, but the motor does rev fast once you get going. Now obviously there's a lot of low end lag, which is actually pronounced by the 7-speed DSG gearbox, because Volkswagen and Skoda have intentionally programmed this gearbox to be dull in the lower end so that it doesn't burn. Because once you get into the throttle, there's so much lag, there's no quick response at the lower end of the spectrum, unfortunately, which actually bogs the car down and makes it a little bit difficult to drive in the city, because that affects the drivability, of course. That said, high speed stability is good. The suspension actually feels a bit soft, and that you can feel at high speeds, because there's some bounciness on offer. But for the most part, ride quality is actually quite good. Body roll is very well contained too, and this is a fun car to drive, because obviously there's good amount of punch on offer, especially once you're in the mid-range. And the steering, although not the most consistent, still has more feel and feedback than Hyundai's Verna and Maruti's Ciaz. However, refinement levels are much better in those two cars which I just now mentioned. Skoda really needs to improve the refinement of its car at the lower end, because the diesel clatter can be felt and you immediately realize that yes, you are driving a diesel vehicle. See the lag? Once you hit 2000 RPM, then it starts get going. Anyways, the lag is so much that even with traction control off and it draining so heavily, there is no wheel spin on offer because of the DSG lag lower down. Although this gearbox is quick with shifts, because obviously it's a dual clutch unit, and gives you downshifts as well when you're looking for one, especially when you get into sport mode. Although I would have really appreciated if it had more power on offer, because the Verna just feels so quick somehow. Although this gearbox is so brilliant that the Verna actually doesn't feel that great to drive comparatively. However, overall refinement levels could have been slightly better. At least the good part when compared to competition is the fact that the steering has some amount of feel. Yes, it kind of feels vague at higher speeds and is not the most responsive, especially when you compare to the Honda City. But then most of the cars in the segment don't offer much feel from their steering wheels. Now when I'm driving at 70 kilometers per hour, I mash the throttle, it quickly downshifts and picks up pace nicely as well. That is something which is great. Fuel economy is also decent. It returns around 12 to 15 kilometers per liter depending on your driving style and depending on where you're driving. And I love the fact that the car feels so stable and so robust. Now everything feels built to last here, and obviously you get the feel that you're driving a tank. This Monte Carlo is a special edition, which means that obviously it is priced at quite a premium. It is also the top end variant of the Rapid. This one costs rupees 17,20,000 on road Mumbai, which makes it quite pricey for the fact that it doesn't come with a lot of features. There's no sunroof, there are no side airbags, and I can go on and on and on and on. However, if you're looking for German engineering, then there's nothing at this price point which can give you the same levels of build quality other than the Volkswagen Vento, of course, which is its sibling. So guys, as you can see, the Rapid Monte Carlo is nothing but cosmetic updates, which obviously tries to up the appeal of the Rapid, and it does so dramatically as well. However, in terms of features, still this car is lacking, although the electronic package and the mechanical systems of this vehicle are pretty strong, and there's good amount of punch on offer as well. The tires also offer good amount of grip, And overall, I would definitely give the Rapid a big thumbs up. Only thing is they need to work on the pricing, or they need to add a lot more features inside this vehicle. It definitely feels robust, it definitely has a good balance, and everything feels built to last and strong as well. But when the competition is offering so much, well, you need to offer a lot more, considering that the competition is the market leader, because the top sellers in the segment are of course the City, the Verna and the Ciaz as well. The brakes are also quite strong and offer show footage stopping power. But over here I have Škoda's biggest ever fan with me. Neha, what do you think about the Rapid?
So pricey.
It's pricey, right? Other than that,
Lacks Skoda feel.
lacks Škoda feel? Yeah, because technically, yeah, hard plastic, but it actually comes out from the Polo, and from Polo came Vento, Vento came Rapid, and all this, you know, they're all siblings. It's high time that, you know, they update this car and, you know, give it a comprehensive update, because the Rapid is a brilliant car. It can do so much better. Now, in order to change a lot of things, they have to re-engineer a lot more things, but immediately what they can do is give it the virtual cockpit, give it padded shifters, and give it more power. Yeah, I did shout for that, but I don't think that's going to reach all the way to Czech Republic for them to actually update the car. So I'm going to end this vlog. If you liked it, make sure to give it the thumbs up. That's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. The way it always wants to rev and make noise, I like it in the top end. Bye bye.